Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In this video I am going to talk about the first technologies that can be researched, what are their benefits, and what technology should be researched first. So let's continue our game. This is the game as we left it in the previous guide. To access the technologies you need to construct and place the lab. This is where the research will take place. To research technologies, the science lab needs to use science packs. The early technologies will only require science pack 1. I will construct a number of these to get going. While the science packs are being produced, I will talk about placing the labs. At this very early stage of the game, it does not really matter much where we place the lab. However, if we want to expand and produce more items quicker, we need to have a strategy. Ideally, we need to place the labs a bit further away from the place where we are processing and harvesting resources. At this stage, I am going to construct these labs near the power station. Now that the science packs are produced, I am going to place them inside the labs. The research screen is accessed by pressing the key T on the keyboard. The yellow technologies are the ones available to be researched, regardless whether you have enough science packs or not, while the red ones require certain prerequisites before being enabled for research. The first selected technology is automation. With this technology, we will be able to construct basic factories to produce items automatically. This technology is very important to improve the automation within our game. The second technology, optics, will allow us to construct light bulbs. With light bulbs, we will be able to illuminate parts of the map during the night. The turrets technology will allow us to build defensive turrets and help against monsters. Stone walls will allow us to build stone walls. Military is the first technology that is required later on in the game. Logistics will give more flexibility when it comes to inserters and belts. This is very useful to help designing a more productive base. Steel processing is very important later on. At this stage we can construct almost nothing with steel. Landfill is used to fill in water and create additional land over water. The tool belt technology will provide additional slots where we can place items for quick access. In my opinion, automation is the most important technology to be researched first, because this will allow us to construct factories which can be configured to produce items automatically, and thus will reduce the need to produce items manually. With this technology, we can construct assembly machines that can produce items automatically. Now we can produce anything in an automated manner, including the science packs. To do this, we need to extend our factory further. 2 new inserters are required to extract smelted iron and copper from the furnaces, and additional belts are required to transport the materials for the assembly machines. Now that we have the resources on the belt, we can construct assembly machines that can take the resources and assemble or produce the desired items. To produce the science packs, we need iron gears and copper. So first, we need to create the iron gears. To take the resources, we need an inserter. Likewise, to take the resources from the assembly machine, we need inserters as well. Once you click on the assembly machine, a menu will open and we can select the desired product. As long as there is applicable material on the build, the inserter will automatically pick it up for the assembly machine. Iron gears are being produced, but there is nothing to take them from the assembly machine, so eventually the machine will stop. Now we can produce another assembly machine, and this time we will create science specs directly. So we have the assembly machine for the science specs. It requires iron gears and copper, so we need two inserters now. One from the assembly machine, which is producing the iron gears, and another one to pick up copper from the build. Science specs are being produced. Now that they are being produced, we need to transport them to our science lab. So we need another inserter to output the science specs from the assembly machine, and more belts to transport the science specs from the inserter to the science lab. In order for the science lab to use the science specs, we also need inserters to pick the science specs from the build and put them inside the science lab. At the moment, science specs will not be picked up because the science lab already have 5 science specs each, so there won't be the need for additional science specs. What we need to do is to research new technologies, and as long as science specs are required, the labs will automatically pick them up from the build. The next technology which will help us improve our automation is logistics. It will give us access to underground build, fast inserters, and splitters. These items are very important to help us configure new ways how to transport the materials and improve the automation. Technology will take some time to be researched. The more science labs you have, the faster the research is done. Note that they all use electricity, so you need to be careful on the consumption. At the moment we are using around half of the capacity, so we can construct more labs. As you can see, the inserters are feeding the science lab with the research packs. This is the way to automate productivity in Factorio. Of course, further expansions are needed to produce more science packs and research additional technologies. One needs to be careful and think ahead of every step. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and stay tuned for more guides.